All right, so let's go. You know, for the avoidance of any doubt, a Supreme Court, also known as a court of last resort, is the last legal bus stop, and therefore any pronouncement by the apex court is not just binding on all concerned, but not open to any appeal. In deference to the landmark pronouncement on the 11th of July, if you remember, on Thursday last week, no fewer than 13 states have announced dates for local government elections. The states in question are Kaduna, Kogi, Bauchi, Katsina, Osun, Enugu, Benue, Rivers, Jigawa, Imo, Kebbi, Abia, and Anambra states. 7 states are waiting to act accordingly. Is it safe to say, therefore, we are gradually restructuring BKO?
Gradually doing the right thing.
Okay.
And sometimes the right thing does not please. But, in fact, I will say at all times, the right thing does not please everybody.
Okay.
I can see some governors
dissenting?
Really mad about what has happened. It's like a little boy thrashing around after he was relieved of his candy bar.
Okay.
That's what we are seeing, and it is really shameful for any governor to come out and be saying all kinds of things and be attacking the Supreme Court for doing the right thing. It shows that some of these governors see themselves as deputies to the Almighty.
Wow.
Who can do what they like. So why should you be thrashing around? Because the Supreme Court held that the federation is split into 3.
Oh, yeah.
We have the local government, we have the state, and the federal government.
Yeah.
What is your quarrel with that?
Because the ground norm, the Constitution identifies with it.
Why are you banging your head against the wall? Because the Supreme Court gave a judgment. What is it about the funds of local councils that governors are behaving like if they do not have access to local council funds, they are going to die?
Yeah.
What is the issue here? What is the issue here? A governor said, oh, the federal government, by the Constitution, the federal government and the states, federal government is not superior to states. Nobody is saying that local government is superior. There is a judgment of the Supreme Court that makes us happy, that makes the generality of our people happy. Even amongst governors, I've seen those who came out to say, look, this judgment is fine. The governor of Anambra State is an example.
Okay.
So no matter the head banging on the wall, the fact is the Supreme Court has given a judgment.
And it's binding.
Why is it not binding? Every governor that sits in the government house and presides over the affairs of his state is a product of the law.
Okay.
And as long as you are a product of the law, you must obey, you must respect, no matter how bad you feel about a judgment. You must obey the laws of our courts. I mean, the judgments of our courts.
Yeah.
And the final court in the land.
That's it.
His judgment is binding on anyone. No matter how bad a judgment is, no matter how bad you feel about a judgment, your obligation as a law-abiding citizen, not a lawless citizen, is to obey the law. Whether you have immunity or not, governors have immunity against prosecution as long as they are governors. But there is no immunity against obeying or abiding by the judgment of our courts. These governors, who when they wake up sometimes imagine themselves to be Louis XVI, who looked at himself and said, "L'État c'est moi, I am the state. All powers are concentrated in me." He didn't just say this, he said all powers are concentrated in me, meaning that everything revolves around him. no matter what you think about yourself as a governor, you can call press conferences. It doesn't matter. You don't own Nigeria.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
You can call press conferences and speak all the grammar in the world. You didn't even invent the English language anyway. So speak all the grammar that you like. We will still come back to the fact that even you are a product of the law, and you're obligated to obey
the law,
our courts. When you don't obey our courts, the repercussions that Rotimi Amechi faced in Rivers is coming for you. This is a fact. We will always remind them. You can puff your chest the way you like. You can raise your shoulders very high. You are not bigger than the state. You are obligated to obey
the law of
our courts.
It is one of the underpinning requirements for a healthy democracy. Respect for rule of law.
See, when you agree to serve, you agree to abide by the letters of our Constitution. After all, you don't swear people in with the history books. You swear them in with the Constitution. You don't swear them in.
Which is the Bible of rulership.
We are bound by it.
Yeah.
The way that those who do this push betting, you know, they gather coupons. That is their own Bible. The people who call themselves political leaders, the Constitution is their Bible. They are obligated to obey the content of the Constitution.
I agree with you.
And if they will not, we are here to whip them into line.
Yeah.
That is the job of the journalist. The job of the journalist is not simply to be running after them.
No.
The job of the journalist is to show them that, look, you are stepping out of line. You may not like what I've said. You may not like my face, but it is my duty to tell you the truth. And that is what we do here.
Yeah.
We are not here to simply make friends. We don't have permanent friends. I'm an example of somebody who does not have permanent friends. I've lost a lot of my friends. But it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, the generality of Nigerians know that there is a job to be done. And when you do that job, you get your credit for it. It's as simple as that.
BK, but you know, Ibn Amo's River State is on the list. So I imagine she's happy for once.
Okay. You know, firstly, what took us so long? What took us so long before we got here? It is constitutional that we should have a duly elected chairman in every local government.
And councillors too.
And councillors. So why did we kept mum for too long? So those who assumed the role of governor and chairman and everything, the almighty of a state, they got used to it. And it's like, oh, no, you can't take my candy from me like a child. But it is not possible. And coming back to Rivers State, I would say that Rivers State, if we are going to look at, you know, class or, class, Rivers State is very new in this, because I recall that as of before the election, Rivers State had duly elected chairmen in the various local government areas. Yes, and councillors. So it was after the election and all of the, you know, the issues, the balloons with Fobora, probably he's yet to settle in to begin to look at, okay, let's do the needful. So I'm not going to say that, I'm not going to really look at it in that manner. But then, you see, I have advice for the incoming chairman.
Okay.
You know that this attitude of now, because I've been to a lot of local government areas and I've met with some chairmen and I realize that they are very humble, you know, because they know that governor is the one calling the shots.
Apart from that, a local government chairman has no immunity that
so
the governor enjoys.
It's good that you mentioned the citizens, because at this time, when you are elected into that office, you better be ready, because another office will come up. That is the office of the citizens of Nigeria.
Okay.
They are going to start holding you accountable. So it's not, don't say, now I have enough to eat. You cannot. You have to be responsible. You have to take care of issues affecting your local government area. It's not it's not an autonomy to begin to, pack money into your pocket.
Yeah.
We are watching. Thank you.
Yeah, BKO, critics, as you said, are saying things like, but the governor, he will still put his own men there. But they will play by the rules. No more, no less.
If the electorate permit them to put their people there, fine.
Okay.
There's nothing any of us can do about it, but let's have elections.
That's it.
Why should you simply handpick your friends and make them local government chairman? Who elected them? Oyo State held local government election the other day.
Yeah.
I was in Ibadan when the election held. In fact, at the place where the governor voted, I was there.
Okay.
Just off the expressway.
Delta was last Saturday.
I saw, I witnessed the election. We know that largely the local government elections are simply a joke. But let us have it. That's what the minimum you can give us is, let's have those elections. We know that invariably you write the names of winners. And we've had cases in the past when somebody even won an election, and after that, because the governor didn't like the person, he didn't allow the result to stand. These things happen. But even in the exercise of extreme powers,
okay,
there is a minimum that we expect governors to deliver. Let there be election, because it's convenient for you to simply put your people there.
Oh yeah.
You can see how many states we are talking about now who have not conducted elections.
Including
some have not conducted in years. You simply want to put your people there. You don't want these are undemocratic elements posturing as Democrats. That is the dilemma, the irony of the Nigerian state. The people who stand in the forefront and appear to us like they have social conscience. Yeah. They are far away from social conscience. What we see is the complete opposite of what we want the people to believe they are. This is the truth. Because if you are a true Democrat, you will support having elections in those council areas. You won't simply want to put your people there because it's convenient for you,
and perhaps,
or because it is politically expedient for you to do it. No.
Because we need to also expand the field and to say the Supreme Court said no governor has the power to remove any elected.
Yes, because you see, if we want to remove a governor, there is a procedure.
Yeah.
Why shouldn't that procedure apply to local councils? We have a situation in which if a governor doesn't like you, doesn't like your face, he will kick you out, he will suspend you. That is what we see.
Whereas you were elected as he was.
Just like he was elected. So there are things that we need to sort out. I know that this judgment will not kick in immediately.
Obviously, yeah.
We will begin to see this judgment fully implemented maybe after 90 days. Because some of them have scheduled elections for as far as October. They didn't plan for these things. They didn't set money aside for election. So now we are seeing a desire to do elections. In Rivers State, for example, people have been calling for elections. The governor made no effort to fund the SIEC because he didn't want elections to take place. He simply wanted to handpick his own people, like a lot of his friends in other states are doing. He simply wanted to handpick people, send packing those that were there that he was convinced were not going to support him. He simply wanted to handpick. And you can see, he set up caretaker committees. The police felt, okay, we won't have peace if we allow these people to take office.
Wow.
Police took over the local government headquarters. They couldn't take control of the local government headquarters. The same governor suddenly said, okay, I've scheduled local government election. What were you doing all along? You knew that those people, that their tenure was going to end. As soon as you got in, it was only a matter of a few months before their tenure ended. Rather than set machinery in motion to do an election, he suspected that those guys will win and they are not his people. So he decided, okay, let me bring my own. That was
my own team.
Let me tell you, even the source of the quarrel was the single-minded determination of the Rivers governor to not let the council chairman continue. And they were saying, look, this council chairman ran the election in their local government to enable you to win. And they told him, look, don't bring down the ladder that took you to the top.
That's it. Natural.
So, but politics is an interest-driven game. He felt his interest was not going to be served by keeping those guys in office.
Yes.
So he had the scheme. Wait at the opportune moment, he would then replace them with caretaker chairman. Remember, even in the resolution that the president brokered, one of the conditions was that they should not change the leadership at the local government level, because they knew from the beginning that that was his plan. And he felt that once he did that, the structures, and he put his own people there, he will have inherited or appropriated or replaced the structures that brought him to power.
Yeah.
So these are the ways of the Nigerian politician, always thinking about himself, about how to propagate himself in office to the exclusion of other people. And when you say these things, they go to, he does not like him. It was somewhere. Beside me was the MD of the nation. So, he said, Jide, weak case person. I now called the MD. I said, can you see what he's saying? Remember that day when I hit Wike so hard? You called me to say, Jide, this is too much now against an individual. I said, now listen to what this one is saying. Once you criticize Fubara, his own God, then you suddenly become a wicked person. I'm out to criticize both of them. I don't have Wike's number. I don't talk to him.
Wrong,
I don't talk to him. The last time I saw him was before the election, when we had that media chat. What is my business with him? He's doing his own in Abuja. I'm doing my own here in Lagos. We do not, our ways do not meet. Let him face his job. I face my own. But if I have reason to criticize him, and I've done that many times, I'll criticize him. And Fubara, if I have reason to criticize him, I will criticize him. If all of his supporters come against me, it will not close my mouth. I will still criticize him if I think that what he has done is wrong. It's as simple as that.
Because as Otto von Bismarck said, politics is not an exact science. I agree.
It's true.
It's a behavioral